Hey Parkside, welcome to this week's encouragement video. Thanks for tuning in. Monday afternoon, it was cold, it was nasty, it was windy, and I was just needing to get outside. And so I went for a walk. And I was glad to get outside, glad to get some exercise, glad to feel some fresh air. But boy, that wind was snapping across my face and it hurt. And so I didn't go for that long of a walk, but I did get outside for a little bit. Yesterday, it was a little nicer out and I walked out and the sun was shining and it felt balmy. Now, I realized it was only 42 degrees, but compared to Monday, it felt amazing. And the sun shining and just the joy that it brought me, it reminded me of the book of Malachi, where Pastor John kicked off our sermon series this past Sunday, where in Malachi 4, it says, the sun will rise with healing in its wings. And of course, it's referring to Christ and his coming, and the healing that would come from that sun, the ultimate sun. And in a small way, I felt like in my walk in the last 2 days, I experienced the coldness and the sharp wind and the bitterness of this world at times. But then on Tuesday, the actual sun that we experience on this earth, the star out there, so 93 million miles away or whatever it is, rising and healing being in its rays. And it made me look forward. It made me look forward to the Son, Christ, and his return and the healing that would come in that. And so Park said, I don't know where you're at today, what you're up against, but in some ways I know that you are facing the cold and the snapping wind and the bitterness that a sin-cursed world can bring. I want to encourage you as we get a sunny day to look forward to when the sun rises with healing in his wings. And take heart in that and take courage in that. And when we do get a sunny day, if it ever does warm up, I know that sometimes it feels like winter is always so cold, but if you get a little bit warmer one, let it point you ahead to the ultimate sun rising with healing in his wings and the joy that brings us. Parks, I love you, appreciate your prayers for us in so many ways as a church as we seek to glorify God by making disciples and planting churches. We're so excited for what God is doing. We're so thankful for you. A couple things I want to remind you of. This Sunday at 9 o'clock in room 202, we have our class on the ordinances, understanding why are they so central to the life of the church, baptism and the Lord's Supper. I'll be teaching. I encourage you to be there. We had some significant announcements this past Sunday, one of them being Parkside's intention to join the Southern Baptist Convention as we seek to clarify our mission of making disciples and planting churches, and we think that partnership will help us in that. This email has the document attached that we distributed, answering some frequently asked questions. If you have other questions there, feel free to talk to me or any of our pastors. This coming Sunday, I'll be back in the pulpit, and we're looking at Malachi chapter 1, verses 6 through chapter 2:16. And we are just eager to dive in there. I encourage you to read through the whole book of Malachi as we'll continue doing in our worship services. Parks, I love you. Hope you have a great week. Look forward to seeing you Sunday.